Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Day Trading for Success. Today, I'm going to be trading with just 50 shares for the RV strategy. So if you had $2,500 in an offshore account, you should be able to leverage that 6 times, which would allow you to buy 50 shares of Meta. Of course, if you have 25,000 and are meeting the PDT rule, then you can easily get this share size. So it just depends on your situation. If not, if you just have a certain amount of cash, it would be difficult to trade this particular stock. But I was trying to include quite a few different people with this strategy. Now, this strategy will work with 5 shares. Now, I don't really have it on low cap and mid cap yet. The RV strategy is based on $1 billion float, $25 billion market cap, and an ATR above 5 now. And it's range bound trading. And then we set support and resistance pivot lines and Fibonacci lines levels, to figure out where we're going to go in and go out. So it's just that simple. It's just a range bound. So if you're not used to seeing that and you look at all these lines, you're like, this guy's crazy or whatever. This is out of control. But it's really not, and I'll go over it with you. That a lot of people say don't put anything on your charts. Well, that's a way of trading where you don't. You're just out there and you're looking for big moves and big trends. This is scalping tight. And the more help you can get to give you an edge, the better. So everything on this channel is free. This is the perfect 1-minute layout that you can actually download and get for free. There's a bunch of videos about the perfect 1-minute layout, the perfect 5-minute layout, the seller's indicator, anything that says DTS is day trading for success. The seller's indicator, which is our main go-to, the red line are just sellers, so it helps you see what's going on. The enhanced volume indicator, which gives you the volume down here. The ADX phone will ring when ring sound when it's changing trend, and that's a custom one too. This isn't RSI, isn't, but this is the 1 minute. There's a daily chart down here for screen management. I'm about to open 4 hour, 1 hour, 15-minute level 2 active trader. The 5-minute, and then all these are on the 5-minute chart. So that's kind of the perfect 1 minute. There's also a video that shows you the steps we take to see which way the overall market's going to go every day, which is very helpful. Videos on how to speed up your computer, how to set up your scanners, how to just build the chart or build this layout all on your own if you don't want to just import it. So all these different, very, very helpful, and we're continuing to add, but we're focusing now on our first strategy put out by the $1 Million Margin Club that is hopefully for beginner and pros. And we've been doing a lot of live trading and showing, as much as, $15,000 in 25 minutes, and that's high share size. So look in the archives and watch the $1 Million Margin Club, the way that we trade in competition. And you can see how this strategy has legs with big share size and little share size, because it really doesn't matter the share size. It matters if it works or not, right? Then the share size just determines how much money you're going to have. So if you like what you see, guys, remember to give us a thumbs up and to subscribe. There'll be a lot more content like that out here. We'll be putting out. So I did take a trade earlier, guys, for 15 bucks as I was setting this up. But let me just open up the day for those that don't know, and I'll show you what the RV strategy is. So the first thing we do is we set the ATR high and ATR low. That's average true range. So the average true range on Meta is $7, and we'll just call it $7.50. So you take the close of the day before candle, and then you split the average true range in half. You subtract half of it from the close to get the ATR low, and you add half of it from the close to get the ATR high. And that is our main channel. And we've found through backtesting the channel levels themselves are actually very well respected. So that's how we see where the channel is going to be. And then on the 5-minute chart, this isn't just random, by the way, this has been tested and used over and over. On the 5-minute chart, we set our Fibonacci. This is a 5-minute chart, 10 days back. So we look for a high and a low on a 10-day back period for the Fibonacci, one of them. And then between 2 and 5 days, we set another one. The 2-day wasn't giving me what I wanted, guys, so I went 5 days. And we're trying to end up where the action is right now. So that's what we're looking to do. So we want to, now I mark the support and pivot lines on the different candles where they're going to be. So let me just check on that one. Hang on a second. Why is that in the middle of space? Oh, right there. Okay. It's hard to see on the 5 minute. I marked that on a daily. So I mean, it looks like it's just out there in the middle of space. When I looked at it on the 5 minutes, like, what the heck? So yeah, so we look for repetitive, wherever a candle turned around, the stock changed directions, whether it be the wick or the body, we look for multiple alignment over many days. How many times does it turn around on that, in that area over that many days? You know, how many days? The further back, the better. Although sometimes the lines that are right, that have just happened, the levels, you know, that you mark can be really, really strong. So that's how we get our levels, and it probably looks really crowded to you, but we scalp on a 1 minute chart. So when you zoom in on a 1 minute chart, it doesn't look that bad at all. Now, channel trading is you're trying to trade in between these channels. So you're setting your share size based on the size of the channel. What is your tolerance? That's your risk reward, is what is your tolerance, right? So if you looked at this channel, you got almost an 80-cent channel here, a little over 80 cents. So you would set your share size to be able to run the whole length, and you feel comfortable about not getting out of the move. So sometimes when you're channel trading, it's creating a trend, sort of a mini trend in between channels. So like this just did a channel, which is pretty good. This is up and down. So you'd get into the bottom of the channel, you know, and then you'd ride it long, and then you'd ride it back down again short. So this is coming down here short. So right now, if I were to get into this position, I would be more likely to go short. I'm not ready to do it yet. I'm not liking what I see quite yet. So I'm looking for a little bit more confirmation. So I'm going to play it a little bit more conservative for you guys today. And, you know, I'm using the overall indicators on the chart to make my decisions. Right now, the 5 minute is just showing a trend down for sure. It's not officially a trend yet. It has to break down here to really be a downward trend, and that would set this off too with a little ring, you know. Yeah, so I don't know what it's doing here. I'm tempted though. I mean, the way it just keeps hovering here, I think it could do two things. It could go up, way up really fast, or go down. Now it's hitting against the 9. This is the 20. This is the upper tolerance of the volume profile, which is set for intraday. But you have the magnet down here. You have it is above the VWAP, which means if you see a candlestick pattern, you'd want to look for those more over the VWAP, because the higher volume, the better. But if you look at the sellers indicator, the red line are just the sellers. You know, right now, as the sellers go down, the volume drops with it. So this is telling you that, you know, this is buyer strong, but the volume dropped. So this is telling you that it's going to go down. This is what I would think. And there it went. I just made a big move down, but I don't know. I'm still not 100%. Look at it tapping this line again. I just made this level. I mean, this could be like a mini level in here. I'm not sure. So this is a 1 minute chart I'm looking at, guys. Now you want to look for the even dollar amount too. You want to look if there's a bunch of stuff bunched up here. You want to look for different stuff like that. So I kind of feel sad I didn't get that move coming down, because I saw it happening as I was explaining to you guys. So this is saying 287.86. It's coming back up here again. I think I might short it up here if it comes up any. I'm looking at the level 2 now for price to see how high it's going to go. Is it going to break through that 91, or is it going to just stall right there again at that level, which means I should short it down? The trend is down over here on the 5 minute. It's showing down. I'm just going to take it right there. I got it at 84. It's not where I really wanted it. I am short now, 287.84. Now I have a tolerance to go up here. So if it goes up here, you know, all the way up to 288.29, I'm okay with that. Now I did have money to start with, like 15 bucks from a trade earlier. So don't get confused. I'm not ahead on this trade right now. But I'm going to hold this because I have a tolerance. I'm okay with losing this much money. Really, on 50 shares, I have a tolerance of $1. So $50 is what I will have a tolerance for. So if this goes down more than $50 on any trade, I will get out. So I want to try to get to a couple $100 today. So that's why I'm setting that maybe a little higher than some people might like with that low of a share size. But I'm going to set it for $50. So I'm not going to panic over something here. I'm looking for it to fade off of this open. This is an open session high. OS stands for open session. And the green, it's high, but I wrote high anyway. So, and these are just really strong pivots. If they're up here, they're strong. Multiple taps, pivots over multiple days. So nobody knows exactly why stocks turn around or change direction where they do, but they do, and they'll do it over and over and over again. So is every one of these lines, levels, going to be respected? No. I think it's running at about 35% that we mark now. It used to be, we thought it was 25, and then we tweaked it and got better at it. But, really for back testing a strategy like this, you need years, really, years. So, we see something that's working. We're making a lot of money doing it. I know a lot of other people on the channel have been doing thousands of dollars a week, and that's so great to hear. I do recommend that, oh yeah, let me put up this disclaimer, guys. I forgot to do that. I don't know why it's not coming up somewhere. Usually I just click and it pops in. Well, I'll just tell you, we are not financial advisors. You should not take our advice. You should get the advice of someone you trust, a licensed financial advisor. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. We're hoping that maybe you can get something out of it that will help your trading, but we are not qualified to give you that information. So you really should trade in a simulator and get green before you try this strategy or any strategy for many months. Here we go. It's finally going the way I want it to go. Is it going to stop there again? Before you trade this strategy. So that's my little disclaimer so you don't sue me. I usually have one I put up here that's better than what I just said, but you get the gist of it. So yeah, this works for us. This has been working for us. We're all professional scalpers though, so we have a little bit of an advantage. Our pockets are a little deep, so we can take hits, but overall, we do better. I run at an average of about an 85% accuracy. And when I'm in competition, I do better than that, sometimes 95, even 100% in some of the competitions I've been in. I'm not quite sure why that is, but it makes me want to be in more competitions. And I quarterback, I call the ball for other traders, do the marking and call where I'm at. Of course, they're responsible for their own trades. So I'm just waiting this out, guys, for some kind of significant move up or down to either this channel or this channel, to the top or the bottom, because right now I'm almost counting this as the middle because it's just sitting here. So this is a little boring. So we're waiting for a move. Let's see what happens. A lot of lines down here. This is continuing to go down on the 5-minute. I still think short's the right position to be in. It's just not any big money happening right now. So a lot of trading is waiting. You wait and being patient, waiting for the move to develop. Really, if I was more patient, I wouldn't even have gone in yet. But because of YouTube length of videos, and I'm not an editor, I don't edit videos, I know I have to do some action. But if you have hours to spend, you should just wait until it gets right at the very top of something like this. You start to see it turn around and then get in at that position. Like right up there would have been a good spot to get in and go short. 288.01. I have it at I have it at 17 cents worse than that. Or if it comes down here, bounce back. Here we go. Starting to make a little bit of money. It's going to be hard to get to $200 if this doesn't do something. Now, I could have taken little tiny scalps in here, $2, $3. There'll be slippage unless I join the ask and bid, which I don't really like to do. I like to just make sure I'm out of the position, or I just reverse. If I'm unsure of the position, I'll just reverse. If it's going the other way, that's what I'll do a lot. With low share size especially, I'm not as concerned as reversing. This is the volume just dropped off here. Look at it just dropping off here. Sellers are at the top though, which is good. As the volume's picking up, here we go. Here's a move. Where is this going exactly? So I'm going to hold this for, like I said, I could lose $50. I'd like to make at least $50. I look at it like a one-to-one when I'm doing channel trading. So the accuracy is the most important thing if you're trading like on a one-to-one loss, risk and reward ratio. But really, I don't even implement that. I just implement the length of the channel for me. Now, I told you $50, but I might take smaller wins here, and just go with the overall accuracy of it. Right now, I'm seeing if it's going to get pulled down here to the point of control. It's broken the VWAP now, so it could really fade off. I mean, look at the 5-minute. It looks terrible. So these guys, everybody on the 5-minute saying short, short, short. Short this puppy. So let's see. Now I have the grid set, so this is 5 across is when the 5-minute closes. So this just closed very red, which most likely will make this go down because all the people just trading the 5-minute are going, it's really shorting. Let's short this. And it just keeps going down. So it's just feeding to it. Now the Fibonacci seems to be holding it a bit. There's also another open session pivot here. And then there's the point of control right here too. So a lot of action right in this area. It's making a decision here which way it's going to go. If I start to see a pop way up, I'll just get out and take the profit that I have. But right now I'm going to write it down for what profit I can get on the 50 shares. This could also be an area where it stops dead. So this is the end of that volume profile, the lower value of that, and it's the upper value of that. Now this is set for intraday, 2 days back, which makes it much more current data where most of the price action is in the volume. So this means something, this big yellow area here. So I have a video explaining how to use that, how to set it up this way. So you should look in the videos. I just made a video about how to find all the videos, how to type them in and search for the names. They're pretty much the names. I mean, because there's only like 50, just a little over 50 videos on the channel. So we're a very new channel. So your subscription would really help us. I'd love to get up to hundreds of thousands, but that's a pipe dream, But we do have a book out, which is promoted all over on the comments and stuff for Logbook, because we recommend that you log, especially with this style of trading, that you keep track of what was your decision to go in and out, and so that you learn. And it also slows you down from over trading if you scalp a lot of times. And then we'll be putting out a book for the RV strategy. We just hired a professional editor, which basically put us back at the beginning because she changed everything. So annoying. Whoa. Okay. I'm going to actually take that, but I'm going to reverse it. Now, I tell you keep writing a trend, but I have seen a stock move around on this area right here so many times that I'm going to count that as some support. Now you saw that as the volume dropped too, started to drop, sellers were right in the middle. So now the buyers are strong here. Let's just see. This is going to drag it up to here at least. Probably right to the point of control. But the 5-minute's still red, so I don't want to get overexcited about this. I'm just going to actually sell there. So I'm out of position now. I have no position. I do have 6 people on Zoom with me trading. It's definitely starting to just stop at the point of control there. How high is it going to go? There it goes. I think this is just a slight retracement, but let's just see. If it really blows through there, I'll go long. Nope. I think it's losing its way here. Let's see. I went short again. So I banked what I had, and now I'm back short at a worse position for shorting. But I was way up here. So I'm going to wait this out because it might actually retrace. But when I look at this, I didn't want to miss the move just in case it plummeted. So I got in. That was my logic, that I think eventually this is going to come down. It might be over here that it starts to come down, but it's going to come down. That's what I feel. And I didn't want to miss the move because it could just go really quick. So I needed to get in a position, and I had a nice big cushion. So that's what was my logic there. It has to break through so many things. So it broke through the 9. That dotted line's the 200. That's the 20. This is the 100. That's the VWAP. That's the 50. And these are just recent pivot lines that I just marked in from this morning. But it just seems like it's a tough road up there. But, you know, it could do it. Right now it's hurting me. Wow. Okay. Should have waited. If I'd just gone long here, I'd be like $130 right now. Like I said, I'm going to wait until, if it breaks through here, I'll probably sell. But let's see. Or buy back, should I say. Cover. Yeah, unfortunately, that move will mean that I probably won't have the time to get to 200 today, even if it works in my favor here, because I am trying to keep the videos like 30-40 minutes long, and just wanted to get something out with a low share size. I think I'll be doing a series of these before the holiday. Oh, it is almost the holiday right now. Yeah, it's already the 3rd, so hopefully the other ones have been released. I don't know if they're released yet, but we just did a larger share size before this. When you're watching this one's, yeah, I'm sure they must be released before this got released. So, wow, darn it, I was doing so good, huh? Look at this. So is it really breaking through there? It's making me hit the VWAP. Having to make a decision here. Oh, okay. Well, now it's making me feel better. Okay. I was just about to sell there or buy back. Yeah, this is kind of where I called it to happen, sort of in the middle of this grid. This is the 3rd minute in on this 5 minute. So there's a little bit of a retracement on the 5 minute here. We want to see that go very red as it hits up here. And then it'll just plummet down here if that happens. So it's being drawn back to the point of control. Tapped it in here. Yeah, that's when it was like $5 up here. It was way down here. So this is it's very hard to read the seller's indicator. I caught this trend down. I didn't catch this trend up, except the wrong way. So now I'm seeing if it's just going to go right back down again, and then I'll catch that trend down. So let's see. These are little trends. They're not major trends, I call them. So this is sort of a pole and a starting to make a flag. So if this started to turn green here, after it makes a little flag, I should get out, because that would be a bull flag within this channel, and that you should think about respecting that. But if this breaks halfway through, which it's about to do, then it's no longer. It's a droopy flag. So yeah, it seems like it's no longer a chart pattern that can be respected. So just holding it for the drop. Now, what will happen right here? That's what I don't know. Gonna be more inclined just to cover than to, if it hits there, rather than to reverse. I'll wait if it gets down there and just see what it does. Oh, excuse me. Oh. So yeah, if you have $2,500, guys, you could trade this in an offshore account without, if you're not restricted by the pattern day trading rule, or if you've made it, then it's no problem trading this share size. And if you look on my site, it breaks down how much money you make in a year. If you just do $100, $200, I think it starts at 200 actually, 200, 300, 400, and how much it can make a difference per day in your life if you just carve out a little bit of money like this, just trading for a half hour, 2 hours. If you can trade longer and you're green and you're waiting for the better setups, then you're going to be more likely to do better. You know, you're waiting for it to hit and turn and then get in it. So I kind of forced this a little bit like I normally do. So again, you know, channels are you know, can be respected or not. Mostly we find that we get some level of respect off of them, but you can play the trends in between the channels like this and make money on that too. So it's sort of like an offset of the RV, and then you're waiting. Eventually it's going to consolidate. You want it to go completely sideways. Now, some people would call this consolidation, like within $1, $2. You know, that's a tolerance that most traders can easily trade, and they wait it out, you know. I got to cover to get out. I'm thinking about it as it gets down to the point of control, which is, so 286.44. I'd be looking over here. It'll put me in the middle of the spread. Thinkorswim's very good about that. If I just go market, which I will do. But if you look at this, this could just keep fading. So I'll trade a little bit longer to see if this is going to get my numbers up for today. There we go. Whoa, whoa. There we go. Oh, so it went right through it that time. So that's new. It stopped over here before. So this is new. Now it's hitting this Fibonacci here. So this could bounce right back, and then I could lose it. Is it that what it's going to do? So I'm going to wait now, obviously, to see if it keeps dropping. Oh, wow. So that's it. If it's marked, it should be pretty strong. Wow. I'm actually just going to take that, guys. Seems like it might start to go back up, so I'll bank it, and then it's above the $286 now, so let's see how high it will go. I'm just going to sell right there. So I got it at 09. So I'm taking a chance that it's going to continue to go down, but I banked it just in case. I didn't want to, if I call it wrong, I don't want to lose a lot here. So okay, so that's not looking good. Oh, okay, there it goes. As the volume went up, the sellers went way, and they're right at the top of this too. So this is looking good. So I'm going to cover, that's a big pivot down there. I'm actually going to cover there. So this could be very well respected. So we've got to be careful here. Now, really, to trade this strategy correctly, this sort of offshoot trend, I shouldn't, if I think this is the low, I shouldn't jump in because it's not telling me. So that would just be a feeling because of this pivot line. Now I look at this, it's saying no way, keep selling. I look at this, it's saying keep selling. You know, but it's each one of these is you know, it's hard, right? Because these are where it turned around in different times, so it has to keep breaking the glass ceiling, so to speak, and eventually, yeah, see, I'm actually going to take that long right there. I see a little bit of a bounce there, and I went for it. I could have called it wrong. Just going to get out if it keeps going down and just take a little hit. I'll just take a baby hit. What did I get it at? 84. So I'm halfway in the middle of that. That's not in a great position. Did I actually lose? No, I went up like $4 there. Okay. So they were showing this spike, but it wasn't real. That didn't happen over here. So let's see if this is going to, when you go through this many pivot lines, I've noticed time and time again, it really slows the movement. So if it wants to go down, it might take a while, you know, could go across here for like 15 minutes before it breaks down. We don't even have an official trend down yet. Yeah, it is. Oh, that spike, it's counting. Yeah. This will go off if it keeps going down, and then a lot of traders are going to jump on it to short it, and so people are getting trapped in here. Yeah, I think that I can't really wait for this move, but if you guys were trading this, you should wait for this to fall off. I think it'll fall off, but it might take over here, you know, if this trend goes. But anyway, I'm going to stop today for that at 163. I think I had 15 of that, so I made, you know, just under $150 in about a half hour or so. So I hope it was helpful. I didn't catch the trends, the channeling like I wanted to. Instead, I caught the trends inside the channel. So follow the trends when they're in there. Don't look for the low and then trade. Now, I went here because it really it stopped dead. So it wasn't buying the dip really. So I went for a move there. I got lucky to make $4 on this, but look at it now. Now it's continuing to go down. So it might go down even faster. Then it might not do this. It might just go down. So I would just follow this as part of a secondary offshoot to channel trading. I would just follow it down, knowing that you have that to fall back on. You have that other strategy to fall back on. So this is another pivot. It looks like it, you know, it's like, ouch, I don't want to go through that. That hurts to break through that. I want to go back up. Anyway, that's my little analogy for that. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. Stay green out there. I'll see you next time.